YouTubers right in here.
Hey, Starfire.
Today is the 200th episode of Supernatural, so we are making this video to celebrate. It's our special Supernatural special.
Yes. It's actually on in 3 hours for us because we're on Pacific time, so it's 6 here, and it's not on yet. So
yeah,
we still have time.
Yeah. Yeah,
we were gonna do it earlier in the day, but we decided to watch Harry Potter instead.
Yeah, this one here hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
So I made her watch 3 and 4 today, because we reached that far. So next we'll be watching 5.
Yes.
Sometime later this week, probably, or soon in the future.
In the future, yeah.
Because we're not gonna watch any more tonight. We got Flash and Supernatural to watch.
Yay!
Okay. A Flash and Supernatural.
Okay, they're back after a 2 week break.
A week break. 2 weeks.
But we had to wait 2 weeks for the episode.
No.
Oh no, we only had to wait a week. Okay, well it's a week break. Sorry.
Okay, so we have our list of 5 episodes per season.
Give or take 5.
A
little bit more.
Give or take a few episodes here and there. So these are our top 5-ish episodes for each season. And
we'll kind of just talk about why we like them a little bit. And
yeah. So hope you enjoy, and you can take these and watch them if you haven't watched Supernatural before or whatever, and you're just picking it up.
Or if it's just been years and you want to rewatch it and you want to like go back and just see certain episodes in the early seasons. Maybe
then here's a few that you would like.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start off with you.
Okay, for season 1, the 5 that I chose were the pilot, because it's the pilot. I mean, it's what starts the story off, and you know, Dean going to find Sam and wanting him to help him in the family business and hunting things, and and then I did Dead in the Water,
which I also chose,
which is really good. I'm trying to remember everything that was about. That was that one where that girl like fell in, right, at that hotel type thing.
No, Dead in the Water was the episode where you had the lake that was killing people.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Yeah. So good you forgot about it.
And then Phantom Traveler, which is the plane one. Where Dean's all freaking out about flying.
Well, he also did that in Yellow Fever in season 4.
He's like, why do you think I drive everywhere? And then Faith, which was that one about the faith healer and like where you see death and stuff for the first time. And I just thought that was a really good one when I first saw it in the first season. And I actually there was like a quote that someone said in or something that's one of the characters said in the episode that I actually put on like Facebook and Twitter because I liked it so much.
Do you remember this quote?
I think it had something to do with like faith, like believing in faith, having faith when like things don't work out or something like that. I'll have to go on my Facebook and see.
Okay, you can do that while I'm talking. What's your last one?
Devil's Trap is the last one, which is the finale of season 1.
Which I also have.
Yeah, which is really awesome. Of the finales. Because pretty much most of the finales are good. Not all of them, but most of them are pretty epic. So, yeah. Those are my 5 for the first season.
I only have 4 for the first season. I thought I had 5. Oh well. So I have Dead in the Water. It was the very first episode I watched. So it's pretty much the reason why I kept watching, became such a fan. And then I have Providence, which was the... Dead in the Water was episode 3. And Providence is episode 19. And for season 1. And in Providence you have a picture that comes to life. And someone in the picture goes about killing people who buy the picture. It's an old-timey picture. It's a family portrait.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, a family portrait, and someone in it goes around killing people.
And it turns out to be like the father or something, or the daughter. I don't remember. I think it's the little girl.
Who knows? Let's not spoil shit for them.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
But it is called Spoils.
It is. But we let them know when we do spoils.
I know. I'm sorry.
spoils. It's just a disclaimer.
I'm sure that
overall.
most of you that are watching this video have seen most of Supernatural, because if you hadn't, why would you be watching our reviews on the episodes?
Because they want to just find out for the first. If I didn't know about a show, what I would want to do is see the fans' reactions to some of the episodes, and if they had a list of favorite episodes, I'd go watch that.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry if I said anything that was spoilerish.
My next one is Devil's Trap, which is the season finale, episode 22. It's the first time we saw Bobby. So I was like, Bobby! So that's pretty much why I like that, because Bobby's such a big character. And then my last one was The Benders, episode 15. That's where the humans are. They eat humans. They're cannibals. Yeah. and one of the boys gets captured by them. So
some of the early some of the early episodes in the early seasons were really creepy.
They were. With the first two the first two seasons were really creepy. The third was creepy. But then after that, with the whole angel stuff, it just kind of
I'm still going to look for this quote, but I will continue.
Okay.
Okay.
Season 2.
Season 2. My favorite. I have 6 in season 2. The first one is In My Time of Dying, which is the first one of the season, where Dean has the out-of-body experience, and we see Tessa for the first time, who's a Reaper, and, yeah.
Which I don't remember, except for when in season 9, with the crap that goes down with her.
I liked her character.
I don't really remember her.
But I don't really know if I should say anything else about that episode.
Go ahead. Spoils.
Well, anyway, that's the one where their dad dies.
Over the whole thing.
So.
Right.
Yeah. And then
technically he died in Devil's Trap.
Yeah, technically.
But we didn't know for sure until.
Okay, the second one is Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. That was, which one was that again? Do you remember?
No.
Okay, well, I read the description, and it was one that I liked. So, I think it was that one where they were, like, bringing things back from the dead, and Dean was saying, you know, what's dead should stay dead. Like, you shouldn't mess with things that are already dead. So, but I can't remember, like, what was going on. Heart was a really good one. This girl that Sam ended up liking turned into a vampire, and he had to kill her at the end because they didn't want her to hurt anyone else. And it was a really emotional ending, because like Sam was really upset, and then Dean like was crying when he went to go kill the girl, and because he felt for him. And so it was I don't know, I thought that was a really good one when I was watching season 2. And then Folsom Prison Blues. It's just funny. That's the one where he's like, I'm gonna do my blue steel, or whatever the thing that he does with his face. I can't do it. Not the way that he does it. 5 is What Is and What Should Never Be. That's the one where Dean is shown what it would be like if they hadn't been hunters. Like Sam and Jessica are engaged, and their dad died of like a heart attack or a stroke, something natural, not like something related to demons or whatever. And their mom was still alive, and they were actually going to, you know, all getting together because it was their mom's birthday.
Aww.
And Dean had this girlfriend named Carmen, and he didn't even like remember this girl. He's like, oh, I like her, she's cool, you know. But yeah, I enjoyed that one. And I know a lot of people probably didn't, because they're like, well, if that was their life, then what would the show be? But it's like, I like when they still give us little glimpses of what their life could have been.
Yeah, especially when like the characters get that, because then it's like, okay, well, yeah, your life could have been like this, but you probably wouldn't have had the connection you do to your brother. You probably wouldn't have had this.
Because in this episode, like, him and Sam weren't really that close, because he hadn't gone to get him from Stanford. He was still, like, at Stanford, and him and Jessica were still together, and she hadn't been killed and all that. So when Sam and Jessica came to, you know, their mom's house to get together for, like, the dinner, Sam was all, well, we don't even really talk that much. He's like, why are you talking to me? And stuff like that. And he was calling him Sammy, and Sam's like, you've never called me that, you know? Or like, when did you call me that? And Dean just kind of got sad because, like, he always calls him that, you know? Yeah. But I do like that.
I think maybe it was the mother's death that brought everyone so close together.
Maybe.
So.
And then the last one is All Hell Breaks Loose, part 1 and 2. Because that's a
All
pretty
Hell Breaks Loose
finale. Because that's the one where Sam dies and Dean sells his soul.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
I have Night Shifter and it's episode 2. Episode 12, I mean. 2. Episode 12. And basically I liked this one because it dealt with shapeshifters and bank robberies. What I liked about it was you had the actor from what's he play on?
Lost in, like, Once Upon a Time.
He played on Lost. He played the giant on Once Upon a Time. And he...
For those of you that watch Once Upon a Time.
And he just joined Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah.
And he basically played this paranoid creep. And he thought that the shapeshifter was a robot man or something like that. I forgot what he exactly called it. But he holds up an Entertainment Weekly or whatever it's called magazine. And he points to it, he goes, it's a robot man. And on the cover, for all those Doctor Who fans, it was a Cyberman.
Nice.
I was like, oh snap, yes, wow. I love this episode now.
That is cool.
So that's why I liked it. Mainly because of the Doctor Who shout out. I'm a creep. Okay. I also like...
No, you just love Doctor Who.
I do. I liked In My Time of Dying, episode 1, which she went over when the dad died.
I just thought it was a really good one. I mean, like, it dealt a lot with Dean, and I like Dean, and she likes Dean.
Yes, I really like Dean. He's my backdrop on my computer. And my screensaver.
Yes. Yes, he is.
I also liked Hunted, which was episode 10. Do you remember what Hunted was about? Because I can't remember.
I do not. I'm sorry.
I remember liking it.
That's like the children shouldn't play with dead things. I liked it, but I don't remember everything that it was about.
Yeah. Born Under a Bad Sign was good. Talk about why it was good.
Because Sam, I think, was, like, possessed by the yellow-eyed demon, and he was, like, Joe was tied up. He had her tied up, and he was, like, you know, Joe. Torturing her, kind of.
I miss Joe.
And, yeah.
Right, it was the first time we met Joe and Ellen, or whatever her mom's name was.
I think. No, we met them earlier in season 2. It was, like, the Crossroad Blues one that we first meet them.
Oh.
I think.
No, because in Hunted...
because they already knew them in Born Under a Bad Sign.
Right. Because in Hunted, I think the picture on Netflix for Hunted was Sam sitting in a bar with the dude that died and ran the bar in heaven. Oh. And Ellen.
What was his name?
I don't know. I don't care. He was a hunter. And Joe's mom.
Yeah.
She was sitting there. That was in episode 10, Hunted.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure that was part of Hunted.
We haven't gone back. We haven't seen the early seasons in a while.
I haven't seen... So. Okay, you saw them over the summer.
I've seen them more recently. She's like, hasn't seen them since they aired.
Yeah.
So, she doesn't know nearly as much about them as I do.
Well, I remember what's important.
Yeah. I mean, I went back and read the descriptions so that I could kind of get an idea of which ones I remembered and which ones I really liked.
Yeah.
But I don't remember some of them, even though I wrote them down.
Yeah, it's the same with me. Some of them that I like.
Whoa, so I can look at this freaking quote. Why is it not loading?
I don't know. Maybe because your battery's dying?
Do you not get a very good signal in here?
I don't know. Sometimes I don't get a signal.
Okay.
Sometimes that happens, but not very often. And my last one was What Is and What Should Never Be, episode 20, which she talked about, when we get to see what life would have been like if they wouldn't have been hunters and their mom wouldn't have died.
Mm-hmm.
So that is season 2. Season 3.
Okay, season 3. I have 6 for that as well. The first one is The Kids Are Alright, where we first meet Lisa and Ben. And all those things are happening with those kids in that neighborhood. I think they're like being possessed. Because season 3 is when they're dealing with the Lilith thing.
Yeah.
And so I think that one has to do with like her and the kids, getting hurt or being possessed by something.
Sam drinking blood.
Yeah. Or does that start in season 3 or 4?
He's been doing that since the whole time that Dean was in hell.
Oh, yeah.
Sam's been drinking blood.
But this was before that.
This is season 3.
Yeah, but he goes to hell at the end of season 3.
Oh, I thought he went to hell at the end of season 2.
No.
Okay. Oops.
So, yeah, this one was where we first meet Lisa and Ben and find out, like, the history of how Dean knows her and everything. And I really liked them as a couple, so.
Yeah. Either her or Joe should.
Either one. I don't really care who, but since Joe's dead, I would rather him be with Lisa.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd rather him be with me, but.
Number 2 is Bad Day at Black Rock, the one where
I have that one.
Sam is having all the bad luck, and he says, I lost my shoe.
Stepped in water, lost my shoe.
That one was really funny. And then I have A Very Supernatural Christmas, which is the only Christmas episode on the whole show.
They should do one.
But that was a really good episode. I liked when they were tied up and that family acted like they were all goody-goody. And he's like, if you fudging touch me again, I'll fudging kill you.
Yeah. That was good. Makes me want fudge now.
And then number 4 was Dream a Little Dream of Me.
I have that one.
Where they're all in their dream states and they are seeing their fears and stuff. And that's when he kills the other Dean and he opens his eyes and he's a demon. And he's like, you're going to die. You're going to go to hell. And this is what you're going to become. And
foreshadow.
Yes, it totally foreshadows. Even though at the time they didn't even know they were going to be doing that.
Yeah, they didn't even plan on a season 9 at the time.
They didn't. But that's really cool foreshadowing. And then I have Mystery Spot as number 5, which is the one when Dean keeps dying because, Sam has to get used to the fact that Dean is going to die. And so they have this episode where it's like Groundhog Day and he keeps reliving the same day over and over and over again. And every time he wakes up, it plays Asia's Heat of the Moment. And all these different ways that Dean dies. Some of them are really funny. Like he dies from eating too many tacos. But yeah. And then the last one is the finale, No Rest for the Wicked.
My first one is episode 3, Bad Day at Black Rock, right? I didn't write out the whole thing on here, because it's just cute how sad Sam was.
That was really cute.
And episode 5, Bedtime Stories. I believe that's the one where you had like Little Red Riding Hood, Snow White, and everything like that.
That was a good one. I forgot about that
I just really like fairy tales, so.
I forgot about that one, actually, but that was a good one.
Yeah.
I liked that one.
I did Dream a Little Dream of Me because
How can you not?
10.
I mean, that one is like a really awesome episode.
Yes, especially because of the unknowing foreshadowing. How can that not be awesome?
I'm sure most people would agree that that episode is one of the best of the 3rd season.
I think it's one of the best out of
of the series.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if you were doing a list of all the episodes from the whole show, that should be in there.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely like up there with like Swan Song and, those types of episodes.
Which we'll get to later.
Yes.
So that's a different season. And also No Rest for the Wicked, episode 16.
Season 3 was
Season 3 was a short season. I think that was the last episode, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the episode where Dean goes to hell.
I think it was because there was like a writer's strike going on or something during that time. And so
that happened a lot.
So this season was shorter.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's when Dean goes to hell. So that was season 3.
All right.
Season 4.
Woo!
Bow.
That's when the angels are introduced.
Yay.
Okay. The first one is...
Cass is a dick. I'm sorry. He's a dick in season 4.
At first. Okay, the first one I have down from season 4 is the first episode, Lazarus Rising.
I have that too.
Where, you see Dean's hand rise out of the ground and he's like walking around and he doesn't understand why he's back and who pulled him out. And then we meet Castiel, who is an angel of the Lord.
I am an angel of the Lord.
And we see his wings behind him and the
What
lightning.
I don't get is why the wings had to be black. If you're an angel of the Lord and you're not an archangel, I don't understand why the wings are black.
They tried to do wings, but they didn't do a very good job. They did sometimes, but with that they didn't.
I think that it was just easier, especially on budget for the design. And it was more like
it was
technologically easier than to put like an actual harness on them and give them wings that would kind of look dorky.
The angel in Constantine actually has wings.
Well, that's because we're in a better era of technology than we were back then. That was season 4. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
We're on 10 now.
Anyway,
so.
I think that the scene where it shows the stuff behind the shadow of the wings behind him and he's like revealed to be an angel is a really cool scene.
Yeah. Creepy though. Like he was cornering Dean in some like shed or something.
Yeah. So I wanted to put that down because that was really good. Okay, and then number 2 I have In the Beginning, which is where Dean goes back to the past and sees his mom and tries to, tell them to not go to that room on that night. And I love when he's like, Sam, if you were here, Mom's hot, and I'm going to hell again. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, number 3 is Monster Movie. That is epic. I love that it was all done in black and white, like one of those old movies. And it's kind of one of those, like, classic, like, vampire Dracula type things that they had back in the 30s. And even Jensen and, like, they were talking on this interview, and he was saying that he really enjoyed Monster Movie. That was one of his favorite episodes. And that it was a lot of fun to do, and the guy that played Dracula was hilarious. And so, yeah, I like that episode, too. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I have to talk about Yellow Fever, because what's season 4 without that episode, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we all love that episode. Okay. So, yeah. Of course, the Eye of the Tiger thing, and him being...
The Eye of the Tiger.
I'll carry the flashlight. Right. And then After School Special, which is where he's that coach and he has the coach uniform and they're doing an investigation at that school.
It's just too funny. Like, that's like the only moment he's not hot.
Yeah. And then number 6, I have the finale of season 4, Lucifer Rising.
Great episode. I do not have that on my list, but it was a great episode.
Yeah.
I should, because I
have
only have
most
4.
of the finales on mine.
I only have 4 episodes on here. I should have just put Lucifer Rising.
Yeah.
I'm going to just add that right now.
Yeah, just
okay, I'm adding that. Lucifer Rising on my list. Okay. So my first one was episode 1, Lazarus Rising, which we talked about Dean coming back from hell. Mm-hmm. And then In the Beginning, episode 3, when Dean goes back and visits his mom and dad when they were younger.
I always liked those episodes.
Yeah, I love time traveling. Episode 6, Yellow Fever. How can you not have that?
Exactly.
That's like the best. That's right next to, what was it? Dream a Little Dream of Me. Mm-hmm. For season 3. These are 2 episodes that have to be on like your top 10 list for the whole series as a whole.
Yeah.
And then episode 19, I have Jump the Shark.
I don't even remember that episode.
I don't either, but apparently I liked it.
Okay, are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. Season 5. We're just going to say all of
them.
5.
Just all.
Because that season is an epic season.
Yeah. See? Oh.
I mean, season 5 had so many great episodes.
That looked backwards.
I did choose episodes for season 5, but
Mm-hmm.
we're just gonna say that we liked the whole season.
Yeah, because it's like the best freaking season, like, to date.
Yeah, because like
I mean, 9 was good.
The end is in season 5, the one where we see future Dean in 2014, 5 years from 2009.
This year?
Yeah, this year. Changing channels with the trickster who put them in the TV show.
Which was actually an angel.
Yeah, Gabriel.
Yeah.
And Abandon All Hope, which is really sad, but it's a good episode. The one where where Joe and Helen die. Dark Side of the Moon, where they each like go to heaven and they see like their perspective paradises of like what they.
That's when we figured out what heaven would look like in their universe.
Yeah, and then of course Point of No Return, which was the one where he was gonna say yes to Michael, and like Zachariah got killed and Michael ended up
finally
being possessed by Michael.
And then the brother.
Yeah, and then of course Swan Song, which is one of the most epic finales of a TV show ever. Not like the end finale, but I mean, if they were going to end the show there, which was originally planned.
I think Jump the Shark in season 4 was when they met their brother.
Oh, okay.
Either that or Hunted
if they were going to end the show at season 5, which was what was originally planned, I would have totally been fine with that, because that was a really epic finale and it had a satisfying ending to it. So, yeah. All right.
Okay, so Jump the Shark in season 4, which we just finished talking about, that's episode 19. I believe that was when they met their stepbrother for the first time, and then when they found out that their dad had some fun on the side. Okay, so yeah, I loved about season 5. I loved the whole horseman thing,
the apocalypse thing. Yeah,
I loved how they went around getting
and a lot of
rings.
The shows are doing that now with the apocalypse stuff.
Yeah, but I loved the concept of they had to get the rings, and Death was awesome. Like, that dude embodies
He
death.
does. Oh my god.
I will never look at him and say he can play another role again.
He just, like, he looks so much like what you would personify as Death. They did really good casting for that.
Yeah. Like, I don't think he can play anything else.
Not
like
without
that
people
dude
thinking...
in Charmed.
Yeah.
Yeah. The main death guy in Charmed. Like, I cannot picture either of those two men ever playing anything else besides death.
Okay.
Their careers have now gone down the toilet. They can only play dead people now.
Alright, season 6.
So...
I had the first episode of season 6. That was where we see Dean and his life living with Lisa for that year, Lisa and Ben, while he thought Sam was gone and had gone to hell.
What was it?
Exile on Main Street.
Oh.
Because like I said before, I liked Lisa, and so in that episode we just got to see kind of stuff from that time of him being with them. And then you get to see Sam too, and he was working with their grandfather, Samuel. Things like that.
It's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
And a lot of people in the show are dicks.
And then number 2 was Weekend at Bobby's, which was hilarious. Bobby kept trying to just have some time to himself and eat some pie, and he kept getting interrupted. And
poor guy.
It just was a really funny episode. Then the third one, it was Appointment in Samara. I think that's how you say it.
It looks like that's how you say it.
Where in order to save Sam
I have it.
and getting his soul back, Dean goes to Death. And Death says that he can put up a wall, but Dean has to see what it's like to be Death for 24 hours. So he puts the ring on, and he works with Tessa, the Reaper, and goes around, if it's their time or whatever, he goes around and is there, and she takes them off when they die and everything. And he realizes how hard it actually is. Because, like, some of these people he doesn't want to have to kill or have to die because they're children or something. And he feels like he can't do that. But I liked that episode.
Yeah.
And then 4, The French Mistake.
I have that one.
I mean, that one was great. Them playing themselves.
Yes.
And then 5, Frontierland.
That was episode 100, wasn't it? French Mistake.
No, the 100th episode was Point of No Return in season 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Frontierland is awesome. I love whenever they go to the past and, like, Dean just always gets so involved in, like, the character and when he's in like, the style and everything that's going on.
Yeah, I love time travel in anything I'm watching.
Yeah, and Sam is just, like, you know, he's not even, like, enjoying himself.
Yeah, so every single time travel episode in this whole thing, in this whole series of Supernatural, is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
but the Frontierland one is, like, fit.
Even when they just concentrate on the past instead of, like, before Sam and Dean. When they even just concentrate on that besides...
Yeah, like the one we said in season 2 and in the beginning, and those ones where they go back and they see their parents.
Yeah, or, like, the one in season 9. Like, when we went and we found, like, the boys weren't there when Abaddon was doing that thing in the church with the nuns. But, you know, we got to see the past and how awesome that was.
Yeah, we did.
So anything that involved the past in this whole series was awesome.
Okay, and then Frontierland, which was awesome. And 6, I had Let It Bleed, which was the one where Lisa was possessed by the demon. It was sad, but it was a good episode. It's near the end of season 6. I think it's episode 20. And it was sad that Cass had to erase her memories, her and Ben's memories. But yeah, those were my season 6 episodes.
My season 6 episodes is episode 15, The French Mistake.
I mean,
can you
it's
not
awesome.
like that?
How can you not enjoy that? It's
You
hilarious.
married Ruby?
And then he's like, Misha? And Jensen? What kind of names are those?
Yeah.
And he's like, and I'm something called a Jared Padalecki? Oh, it's so great.
It was awesome. I also have episode 18, Frontierland, which was awesome because, as I just stated, time travel episodes are freaking awesome.
And Dean just gets so involved in them, and I love that.
Yeah. I also have Appointment in Samara, episode 11. For a lot of the same reasons she did. And The Man Who Knew Too Much, episode 22.
Which is the finale of season 6. Where Castiel takes on the Leviathan inside of him.
Yup.
And
he screwed over...
God.
Right? He screwed over Crowley. They'd made a deal and then he backstabbed Crowley.
Well, you know what? Crowley backstabs everyone.
Yeah, but then everything went to hell because he did it.
Yeah, I know. Cass knew that what he did was wrong, and he tried to redeem himself.
Now we're on to
7.
Season
Which
7.
is actually one of the weaker seasons of the later seasons.
Yeah.
I think of the later seasons, the best ones were 8 and 9.
Later seasons are counting 6 through 9. Early seasons are 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Being 5 being the most
because
awesome.
the first 5 is what was planned just to be the series. So like 6 through 10 is just continuing it.
Yeah.
And so since there's 10 seasons, you can count it half and half. You can do the first 5 and the last 5. And that's how I look at it. But we're not doing season 10 because only 4 episodes have aired.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, for season 7, I had Defending Your Life, which was the one that dealt with Osiris, which is the god of truth, I'm assuming, I think. But Jo is brought in on that episode, and she's a ghost. And she basically defends Dean, because he's, like, on trial by Osiris, and he's basically...
he's a god of the underworld.
Yeah, he's like an Egyptian god.
He guards the underworld.
Yeah.
And, basically, you have to weigh your life, good or bad.
Yeah, weigh your life. That's what it is, sorry.
If your heart is heavier than a feather, then you go into suffering.
He's
and
basically,
damnation.
He's on trial for his sins.
I need to rewatch that. That sounds really good.
That's a good one. It is. And because Joe's on that.
Joe.
And then number 2 was Death's Door, which is the one where Bobby dies.
I have that
one. Number 3 was Time After Time, which is another episode where they go into the past, which is the Chrono God, where Dean is sent back to, like, the 40s or the 50s, and He's like a detective, and
Yeah.
he looks so freaking sexy in his outfit.
Aww.
He looks
Wasn't that the one with the red eye or whatever?
Yeah, the chrono, the time god or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then 4 was the Born Again Identity, which is
I
where
have that one.
Cass kind of like because of everything that happened with the Leviathan being in him, he basically kind of went insane, and he's like helping them with the case and stuff. And the main reason I put it on the list was because it had Cass and Meg stuff in it, and I love them.
Right.
So that's the main reason why I have it.
What's not to love?
And then the number 5 was also because they had scenes with them, was Reading is Fundamental.
I have that one.
Which is where they get Sam out of the insane asylum, but then Cass is in there, and Meg is kind of like a nurse that's watching out for him and stuff. And I really like what he says, where like, my little what does he say? He's like, my little caretaker, you know, all that thorny pain, so beautiful. And I'm just like, oh.
They're so cute together.
They are. Even though they only had like a certain amount of episodes where they were even together.
Yeah.
I still like.
We need to bring Meg back.
They do.
Us fans need to go on strike.
And then number 6 was the last one of 7, Survival of the Fittest, where they kill Dick Roman, and they get sent to purgatory. Well,
Dean gets sent to purgatory.
Dean and Cass get sent to purgatory.
Yeah.
Sam doesn't.
No. He wasn't.
But it was just really cool when it happened, how they were sent there, like the effects that they used was really cool.
It was.
So, all right.
Okay, so I have episode 4, Defending Your Life, what we talked about already.
That was the Osiris one.
Yeah. I liked what she said about it, so I put it down.
That. It's good.
I need to rewatch it. Episode 10, Death's Door, which we talked about. Episode 12, Time After Time, which did we talk? Yep, we talked about that.
We have like the same one.
The Born Again Identity, episode 17. And Reading is Fundamental, episode 21.
Yeah.
So that's season 7. Now on to season 8.
Okay. I have 7 for season 8 because I really liked that season. So I had a hard time picking some of the episodes.
I have 5.
We need to talk about Kevin, which was the first episode of season 8. We liked Kevin.
Yes,
and,
Kevin was awesome.
He really was an awesome character.
I feel sorry for him losing his girlfriend.
And yeah, that was sad. And just him, you know, them learning about him and needing him to help them with the tablet, because that's what season 8 was about. It was about the tablets and finding the angel tablet and
the whole season was finding the angel tablet, because they already had the demon tablet.
Yeah, they did. That's right. But it still ended up happening that heaven closed anyway. So
yeah, because they did the spell.
Okay, number 2, I have Southern Comfort, which is that one where this like old ghost, like a ghost from like the 1800s or something, is possessing people and driving them to kill because they want revenge on someone. And it basically kind of makes them tell the truth and, you know, why they're upset and why they want to kill the person. And the reason that I mainly put it on the list was because I really liked the scene in that episode where Dean was possessed by it and he was holding the gun on Sam and he's like, you know, you didn't look for me, like, though the things that you did were choices, they weren't mistakes. And you know, I just really liked his acting in that scene, and I thought that it was worthy of being put on the list just because of that. So number 3 was Hunter Hiroshi. Was that the one about the like Hitler, or no, that was a different one?
That was a different one.
This one was good. I don't remember exactly what was going on, but I read the description and it was one that I remember liking in season 8. So sorry. Number 4 is LARP and the Real Girl.
I have that one.
Woo, Charlie!
Charlie, I love
live action role play and the Real Girl. I loved the Braveheart thing at the end when he was like, that's the only speech that he knew, and he was using the speech from Braveheart and getting them to get all pumped up and go fight.
Any episode with Charlie is a good episode.
Yeah. Number 5 was Goodbye Stranger. I had that one because that was the last one that Meg was on. And we got a nice scene with her and Cass where he was like wrapping her wrist because she'd gotten hurt. and
bandaging it.
And, you know, he said that, like, I remember everything. If you're referring to the pizza man, yes. I remember, and it was a good memory.
The pizza man!
And I'm just like, yeah.
I want to know what that was.
You want to know what?
What the pizza man was. He
was watching a porno video.
Yeah.
That's what it was from.
But, like, the way he says it kind of seems like they were making their own porno.
Maybe.
And he was dressed up as the pizza man.
Yeah.
Not just watching a porno.
Number 6 was Pac-Man Fever, which was another one with Charlie, where we got inside the video game and he was helping her shoot off these things, and
it was her nightmare.
And it was her nightmare
because it wasn't actually a legit video game.
Yeah, and she didn't want her mom to die, and she was holding on to that.
It was a nightmare based off of a game she created.
Yeah, and I loved the ending when she left, and she's like, "I love you." He's like, "I know," and they hug because she's like the sister he never had.
Yeah.
And then the last one is Sacrifice, which is the finale of season 8, and it's one of the most epic finales of the series, along with season 5's.
Yes.
I really liked, the scene where Dean was talking to Sam when he was trying to go through the trials, and he was like, don't think that I ever put any of that type of stuff in front of you. Like, I've always, wanted to support you and be there and everything. And he's like, we'll deal with this together. And then he gets them outside, and they see all the angels falling.
Yeah. Your list is stuff?
Yeah.
I have episode 1, We Need to Talk. Episode 11, LARP and the Real Girl live action roleplay. Which is something I really want to try one day.
That would be fun.
It would be. Since I already roleplay anyways.
Yeah.
Star Wars and online is awesome.
But it would just be fun to, like, dress up and pretend to be a character for, like, a day.
Escape.
Yeah.
And Pac-Man Fever, episode 20. Also, like I said, any episode with Charlie on it is amazing. And Goodbye Stranger, episode 17, which we did not talk about.
Yeah, we did.
We did? Okay, yeah, we talked about that. And episode 23, Sacrifice. Which we talked about.
And season 9.
Yay.
Okay. I have
6.
7 for season 9.
Very nice.
The first one is I Think I'm Gonna Like It Here, which is the first episode.
Me too.
It's where Dean sends out a message to all angels, not just one particular angel.
Where you're going to go when I
And
do
it's
this.
kind of dangerous because, all the angels hear it, and some of them want to go kill him, and the one that wants to help is named Ezekiel, who turns out later to be Gadriel, and he possesses Sam for a while.
Yeah, the reason why he's lying about his name is because he was in prison the whole time that humans have apparently been walking the earth, because he was the one that was supposed to be guarding Adam and Eve in the garden, and the snake got past him. Lucifer got past him, and so apparently God blames him for this and threw him in jail.
Yeah. So yeah, I also liked when Dean pressed that angel signal and it sent them. He's like, "Where do you go when I do this?" Because heaven was closed.
Yeah. If heaven's closed, if heaven's locked up, where do you go when I do this? Ow!
Yeah.
Like, oh damn! They like disintegrator or something.
So that was a good one.
Yeah.
And then episode number 2 was Slumber Party.
Me too.
Which was the other one with Charlie. And we're with Dorothy from Oz, and she goes off to Oz.
She needs to come back from Oz.
And
Charlie.
We just enjoyed that episode. We thought it was really good.
I miss Charlie.
Number 3, Dog Dean Afternoon. How can you not include that? Seriously.
Right?
It's hilarious.
It's like
and it's one of the more, like I said, when we were talking about season 9 early before the season 10 started, and we were kind of talking about 9. It's definitely one of the lighter episodes of the season.
Yeah.
And it
one of the
kind
funner
of
ones.
needs to be there because there was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, season 9 was a really heavy season.
Yeah, emotionally.
And to have this episode, even though it was towards the beginning, it was episode 5.
Yeah.
But
And then number 4 was Bad Boys. I really liked that episode because we got to see more about Dean's past when he was young, and he was staying at that safe house with that guy.
Mm-hmm.
And he had that girl that he was with that summer, and they were so cute, and that was like his first kiss and everything.
They were gonna go to the dance, but then Dad showed up and he had to leave.
Yeah, which they still should have gone though.
Yeah, but John's a hard butt. So.
I know, but I really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 5, King of the Damned, which is the one where he kills Abaddon with the blade. Yes.
Amen.
Awesome episode. Number 6 was Stairway to Heaven, which is the next to last episode of the season. That just had a lot of really awesome stuff that was going on. It was really intense, and it was kind of getting close to the finale. Like Metatron was, doing his crap and everything. And then, of course, number 7 is Do You Believe in Miracles?
Do you believe in miracles?
Which is the last one of season 9, where he becomes a demon in the last seconds of the episode.
Yep. Where Dream a Little Dream of Me came into play. That was your last one?
Yep.
Okay, so my first 3 are exactly in the same order as hers was. I Think I'm Gonna Like It Here, episode 1. Slumber Party, episode 4. And Dog Day Afternoon, episode 5. My next one was Rock in a Hard Place.
That's a good one, too.
Episode 8. It's,
That's the one where they do the chastity group and they become virgins again.
Yeah, they're born again virgins. And Dean sat there explaining to all the girls what it was like to have sex.
That was great.
And they were all like, they just like...
And then he ended up having sex with one of them.
Yeah, because she used to be a porn star, and it was like the one he liked the most. So, yeah. a Spanish porn star. My next one is, I forgot to put the episode number. Captives.
I think it was like episode 10 or something like that.
Maybe. Captives is when, because we all know that in season 9. Was it 9? It was 9. No, it was 8. Season 8. It was when Kevin died.
Right? No, it was 9.
It was 9?
It was when he was possessed by Gadriel.
Mm-hmm.
Gadriel killed him.
Okay.
Yeah. Or Metatron made him kill him.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He was possessed it was season
by the 9.
Angel. Yeah.
So, in Captives, Kevin comes back as a ghost and is haunting the inner sanctum. And he, so they go and the boys save his mom from, Crowley.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. So, my last episode is Do You Believe
in Miracles?
In Miracles. Okay, I only put part of the name down.
Yeah. Do you believe in miracles?
Episode 23.
Yes, which is the finale of season 9.
Yes, because
I seriously cried when Metatron stabbed him.
Yeah, Metatron killed Dean.
I was so sad. Metatron must be destroyed.
Yeah. You can't just sit in that damn cell. Kill him.
Yes.
Okay, that was going into season 10, but I don't care.
Well, I'm sure that people that watch season 9 are watching the current
unless
season.
they wait for Netflix. So, those are our favorites.
We hope that we did a good job of explaining some of them to you. I'm sorry that I forgot what some of them were about. I just remember that I did like them.
Yes.
So for those of you that want to go back and watch them, maybe you can use some of these episodes as ones that you go back and see, and maybe they'll be your favorites too.
Right. So, that's it for us. We'll catch you guys tomorrow with a review for
the
tonight's
200th episode.
For tonight's 200th.
Woohoo!
So, catch you tomorrow. Until then, carry on.
My wayward son.